Hey, what's up? Josh here. Husband, father, try to be a man of character, author, and of course, business owner and entrepreneur. Today is day 14 of our 28-day journey where where I'm highlighting some of the amazing people that I'm working with, as well as some of the projects that I'm working on, either by myself or with others. Now, this is actually a project that I'm working for by myself, and this is a MemberCore. So, MemberCore is a member management platform. And I was actually inspired to create this particular platform for my motorcycle club. So shout outs to Ronan MC. And as the business manager within Ronan, from collecting dues to or organizing documents and making them available, trying to collect documents, of course, collecting payments. Communicating. There's a few tools that we utilize. We use GroupMe to communicate and also post events. Of course, we're using like Cash App, Zelle, and a few others to be able to collect payments. Of course, cash. So there's just a few. There's like a multitude of tools. We're using email, of course, to share documents. So basically, what I wanted to do was create a consolidated platform to be able to allow all that functionality within one space. And then so that's ultimately what MemberCore is, membercore.io. So I'm building in public. This isn't complete at the moment, but it's very close. But I just kind of wanted to show you where we're at the moment. So I guess when you first log in, if you're the organizer, you'll see this how many days that you have left in your pro trial. So there's a free trial and there's a pro trial. One of the other reasons why I wanted to create this platform was I wanted to have a way in which individuals from the motorcycle community can be able to post events without always having to share these flyers. And because sometimes you may want to plan a trip, but may not know what's going on in various parts of the city. So, I really wanted to create a I also wanted to create a way for someone to, for free, even if they didn't want some of these pro features that I'm going to be going through, for them to still be able to have access to the directory and the calendar so they could post events. So anyone who's a part of the same community can see what's going on, not just locally, regionally, but also nationally as well. So let me just go through some of the features. So this is Users on the Run. This is just a club that I created. I have this 30-day pro trial checklist because I believe that if an organization were to go through this particular process, then more than likely it would decrease the amount of churn or the amount of people not upgrading to the pro membership. So of course, like any good membership platform, there needs to be a way for individuals to chat with one another. So here's the chat here. Of course, if you post any events or you post any polls, all those will automatically be pushed within the chat. If you utilize GroupMe, you're familiar with that kind of functionality. There's a few types of chats. Of course, you can create the various chats, but one of the things that's unique is this restricted chat. So with the restricted chat, let's say for instance, someone is let's say they're a prospect. There's someone who's thinking about joining an organization, but they're not part of the organization yet. So if you create a restricted chat, then you could have those members be able to communicate here, and they wouldn't be able to see what's going on within the other chats as well. So typically right now in GroupMe, you have to create a whole nother organization, and then you have to come out the organization, then go back in to the other one to see to have that kind of functionality. So instead of doing that, you could be able to have that same experience just all right here within the same organization. And then of course, whenever you select the channel, you can come here and then you hit access. You can see that it's a restricted channel. So only restricted role and added members can see it. And then, so if we were to go to, and we'll keep this short, but if we go to organizational settings and manage members, so this is where you could actually choose who admin, who's a regular member, who's restricted, and so on and so forth. So anyway, so then we got messages. Messages just allow you to be able to, correspond with one another. Then we got the calendar. We're still working on this, but basically this just allows you to see what's going on. Now, one of the things that's very unique, and I kind of spoke about this previously, is that if it's just in the calendar and it's a private event, so I'll click on this, and if I go to edit, you see it's public. But if I made it private, and I hit save change, then if I go to the directory, you can't see this particular event because it's not public. But if you go to the calendar, you click here, you edit, and you make this a public event, and then we hit save changes, and then we go to the directory. Now it's present. And as mentioned, one of the things that's unique about it is depending upon how the organization identifies itself. So, of course, this is a sports club, a sports which is running, and they're open and inclusive. And as mentioned, this is just what I created. Users on the run. But so by default, when you come to the directory page, those are the kind of organizations that you're going to see. The same organizations that in the directory settings that the organization is set. So this is a sports club running, open and inclusive. So now let's say, for instance, if I clear all the filters, now I can see all the events that are taking place among within the entire directory. So whether they're golfing events, whatever the case may be. And then, of course, I can view those details. This is a happy hour. I've already purchased the ticket. Let me go back to the directory. So here's just the members. So you can see all the members that's part of the organization. Right now it says donations, but this could, once again, in the payment settings, you could change the language. So, for this could be dues, and then now it says dues or whatever the case. So, and then I've already so you can make the payments within this platform as well. Of course, you can still receive cash. You could someone can send something via Zelle or Cash App. And as an organization, you can still come in here under payment settings, and then you could just record the payment, and then you could document it. Fast man, let's say purchase let's say he contributed $100, record the payment, and then boom. So now I went from if I go to my dues, now you see I paid up another $100. So that's the way that works. Documents, real quick. Let's say the organization wants you to have access to documents. So this could be like the bylaws. This could be a number of things. You will see those documents here. And then, of course, if the organization wants you to upload documents, whether it could be, let's say a medical waiver, or it could be let's say it's a school or a PTA. It could be a permission slip, or it could be a number of things. But this is where you'll be able to upload documents. As mentioned, these are polls. So, like, hey, where do you guys want to go for, or where do you guys want to host the next event? You want to host it in Tampa, or you want to host it in Atlanta? Yes or no, whatever the case may be. Create the poll. Very simple. And then last but not least, we have the settings. So just as an individual that's utilizing it, you would not see all these settings. This is for the person that actually created the account or the organization. But as a user, you would see, of course, personal settings, and then you would see my tickets. So my tickets is here, and then let's say you go to an event, you'd be able to that you've purchased, you'd be able to access your ticket here and scan the QR code. And then as an organization, I'll just show this lastly. If you go to event options and then you click on the event, and then you click on scan QR code, then you can actually scan the QR code and check those individuals in. So it's pretty robust. So that's what we got going on. That's MemberCore. One platform for all your members: communication, event documents, ticketing, and purchases. So we'd love to get your feedback on it. Let me know if you're an organization and you think you would be able to find value in this. Let me know. This will definitely be if it's not launched before the end of the month, it'll definitely be launched before the 15th of March. As always, I'm here for you. If you got any questions, you got any concerns, you're thinking about an idea, you just want to bounce something off of, or someone off of, I'm here for you. I want to see you succeed in 2026. So that's day 14 of our 28-day journey. Looking forward to connecting with you again tomorrow. And have a wonderful day.